John mentioned this is about dollars and cents. We also want to talk about economic growth and wage growth. You have proposed a consumption tax. You call it a flat tax. Some analysts compare it more akin to a value-added tax. From a perspective of economic growth and building wages, how does that work? And how would you address the long-standing conservative concern that something approaching a value-added tax will be used to constantly increase those rates to pay for future government spending and become an escalator of taxation, not of growth?
Well, let me say at the outset that everyone here understands, everyone understands at home, that the middle class has been left behind in the last 7 years of the Obama economy. And we've got to bring jobs back. We've got to get people back to work. We've got to get wages going up again. We've got to get people moving from part-time work to full-time work. We all agree on that, but it's not going to be solved with magic pixie dust. It's not just going to be solved by declaring into the air, let there be jobs. We actually have to understand the principles that made America great in the first place. Now, where do you get economic growth? If you look at cause and effect over our nation's history, every time we lessen the burden of Washington on small business owners, on job creators, we see incredible economic growth. You do that through tax reform and regulatory reform. My tax plan, typical family of four, first $36,000 you earn, you pay nothing in taxes. No income taxes, no payroll taxes, no nothing. Above 10%, everyone pays the same simple, flat 10% income rate. It's flat and fair. You can fill out your taxes on a postcard, and we abolish the IRS. And if you want to see the postcard, I've got it on my website.
Right. But to the question, because conservatives have flirted with this idea conceptually for a long time, but especially on this consumption value-added tax system, in Europe, where it exists, it has become an escalator of taxation to feed government spending. And that's why conservatives have long resisted it. Why? And what would you do as president to make sure that doesn't happen?
So, Major, the business flat tax that is in my tax plan is not a VAT. A VAT in Europe is a sales tax. The business flat tax is not a sales tax. It is a tax of 16% opposed fairly and evenly across the board on all businesses. And one of the things that's critical is we're doing that in conjunction with abolishing the corporate income tax, with abolishing the Obamacare taxes, with abolishing the payroll taxes, which are the biggest taxes paid by most working Americans, and with abolishing the death tax, which is cruel and unfair. And you asked about economic growth. The Nonpartisan Tax Foundation estimated that the Cruz simple flat tax would produce 4.9 million new jobs, would increase capital investment by 44%, and would lift everyone's incomes by double digits. That's how you turn the country around, not just hoping and praying for it, but implementing policies that work.
Okay.